I have a brief moment of respite in between events in a very busy day. And I'm not sitting in a very good place for recording a video. I'm in a parking lot at the entrance to my small town on kind of a busy street. There's a fire station across the street. There's cars going by. I don't have my microphone. I don't have a tripod. I'm just propping my phone up on my steering wheel and holding it and hoping it doesn't wiggle too much. But I've been having trouble lately coming up with things that I just want to talk about without actually planning the video, overly scripting it, overthinking it. I've been back in the overthinking mindset, and I don't know, I thought I would just talk because it's been a really, really busy month. It always is when I'm in a show, when you get to the show time and you've got 3 performances in a weekend plus the rehearsal and all that kind of stuff. It is busy. But I thought it would slow up when the show ended, and it hasn't. And part of that is because I'm in another show that is this Friday. I have rehearsal tonight. That's what I'm waiting for. And I'm choreographer for a show that is in December, but I also got pulled into it because somebody dropped out, so I'm now a party mom in the Nutcracker. So I had rehearsal last night, and so I went to work this morning, and that was fine. I mean, it was busy. I have a lot to do, just normal day-to-day stuff. And then I got home, and my plan was to film my video for Friday. I've been doing a series of eyeshadow looks, and I needed to get that done, filmed today, so I can edit tomorrow and then get it up on Friday. And I also had some things to do for my daughter. We're planning a trip, and so I needed to get online and look for flights, and there weren't very many seats left, so I had to book the flights. And that always, goodness, that was a very loud truck. That always gives me a lot of anxiety to book travel. It's not something I do very often, and we did a family trip to Florida a few years ago, 2 years ago, I think, 2 summers ago, and we rented a house, and all the grown-up kids came, and their spouses came, and we had a wonderful time. But most of the planning, well, all of the planning and reservations and all of that kind of stuff fell to me, and it was just really stressful to feel like I had to make everybody happy, until I realized that I didn't have to make everybody happy, that I just had to do the best I could do. And I think that kind of goes into where my brain is right now. I don't know, this is going to wander all over the place, so if you're not into a rambly, just kind of stream of consciousness video, then you might want to, bounce out. But I was just wandering around YouTube and came across a lady whose channel name is thos, and I really want to watch more of her videos, but she's having incredible success just sitting down and talking to the camera and being real with people. And so I thought I'd just tell you about my day. So I had a rehearsal for Nutcracker. I am choreographer for the battle scene, and if you've never watched the Nutcracker, the battle is barely controlled chaos. And there's a lot of moving parts. Tchaikovsky might be a brilliant composer, but counting his music takes a PhD in music theory. And so trying to figure out where things happen and on what counts so that you can teach it to children who are sometimes new to dance is quite a feat, to say the least. But I didn't really know I was going to have this rehearsal until yesterday, and so I wasn't prepared for the rehearsal. Thankfully, this is my 3rd time doing this. Unfortunately, Nutcracker happens 3 years apart, so the last time I did it, I have a fly that is driving me absolutely crazy. Stop it! Go away, go away, go away, go away. I think it left. Anyway, so it was 3 years ago when I did this, and then I did it 3 years before that, but I think I had changed things up. So this time the plan was to just reuse everything that I'd done the last time. But it was 3 years ago, and I've slept a few times since then, so the memory isn't what it used to be. Thankfully, a lot of the girls who are in this now were also in it then. Maybe they had different parts, but they kind of helped me. So anyway, I came to this rehearsal and I was really kind of apprehensive because I was afraid that I was just going to be a mess and that I wasn't going to do a very good job and they weren't going to learn anything. And I had 45 minutes. And I think the message from how well it went is just show up and do the thing, because it actually went really well. I remembered more than I thought I did. And I had a little bit of hiccups with finding the music. My music was on CD, and the dance studio didn't have a working CD player because everything's Bluetooth now, but I found the music on YouTube. The only problem was the timestamps were kind of different, and so I was like, and like I said, counting Tchaikovsky is rough, but with the help of the kids who'd been in it before, we were able to find the right place in the music, and it all worked really fine, and the kids did a great job, and we learned a huge chunk of what they need to know in order to perform this. So even though I was apprehensive and I really didn't think it was going to go well, it did. And just because I showed up and did it. And I think that there's a lot of times that I have anxiety about how things are going to go, when really all I need to do is just show up and do it. So that's my wisdom for the day. And I have to figure out a way to be a better planner, a better scheduler. I don't know how to make a plan and then make that plan happen, because it seems like every time I make a plan, life gets in the way. Something comes up. I have to do something else. It's not like I have a choice. It's not like I could be like, oh, I don't want to do that thing. I want to continue to do what was on my plan. There are things that come up that I just have to do. And then the things that I planned get bumped or don't get done, and I don't know. I don't know if it's just a season that I'm in right now, or if I'm just scattered, and if I planned better, then it wouldn't happen. I don't know. Maybe I have too many irons in the fire, too much stuff going on. But I like all the things that I'm doing. So anyway, if you guys have like resources for better planning, I need to plan on paper. I can't. Digital planning doesn't work from my brain. If it's in Google Calendar, it doesn't exist. If I can't see it on my counter or open a book and see it, it's gone. I have to. I'm a piler. It's a really loud truck too. I have to have things where I can see them. I have standing file folders in my office, because if something goes in a file in a drawer, it's in archive. It's long term. It's gone. I know what is in every one of my standing file folders. I know what's in my drawers, but if there's something that I'm working with continually, it has to be out. I have to be able to see it. And that's just the way my brain works, and that's the way my brain has always worked. Even when I was back in the corporate world, back in the 80s, and I had piles of things on my desk, and I knew exactly what was in every pile and how far down the pile it was, and I could put my hand on it in a second. But if I put something in a drawer that I needed to take action on, I forgot to do it. So I don't know what it is that I can't put things away and still remember that something has to be done with them. So that, I guess that was more of, like I said, stream of consciousness. Wow. But do you know of a planner that, it can't be complicated either, because if there's too many pieces and then things have to, the problem with paper is when you have to move things, then you got to scratch out and do it again, and it gets so messy. And I just don't know how to make that all work. I think that was an old El Camino that just went by. That was a cool looking car. Anyway, I don't know if anybody's still listening to this, but I think I've rambled on enough. And You may have hung out with me and listened to me ramble, and you may have just clicked off after 30 seconds. But either way, it's great, and maybe I'll do more of this, just kind of off the cuff riffing about my life and how crazy things are right now. Is your life crazy too? Like I said, maybe I've done it to myself. Maybe I'm just involved in too many things, but I like it. And I don't think I really want there's nothing that I can think of that I would want to say, oh, I'm going to stop doing that so that I have less chaos. So, all right, you guys have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.